Well, that about sums it all up, really, doesn't it? You have died. Welcome to Demon Souls, where the pain begins anew. I got the DkSII. I think it's basically this game's equivalent of the DkSII.
You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero?
Tyrannical overlord really was more what I was going for.
Demons? Try one of the archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not? To this accursed Boletaria.
You're a lot more talkative than you were in the second game. Even though I know you're not exactly the same person. But you're not the same person at all, you're just a very obvious callback. Very strange the way From chose to do it, but works, I guess. Yep. Fucking dragon! This does not put me in a good mood here. I failed to kill the optional boss and now there's a dragon. With a beard of dudes. You're just jealous you can't grow hair. You're all scaly and shit. Yeah, you better fly away, or I'll kick your ass. If anything like your pathetic little brother over in Dark Souls, that shouldn't be a problem. As long as you're more like the Wyvern and less like Calamite, anyway. For some reason, I always had a lot of trouble actually kicking Calamite's ass. Don't know why. I don't think I ever even showed it in my original Dark Souls run. I don't think Barbara ever actually killed it. A couple of my other characters have, but Barbara never has, come to think of it. But yeah, just showing off a few of the goodies we got. As the royalty class, we get the Fragrant Ring, which means we regen MP. Very, very slowly, and only when standing still, I believe. That might not actually be a thing. I'm imagining that disclaimer, but... Surprise, motherfucker! You see that? Like, I was expecting to get stabbed. Instead, she blasted me in the face with magic. That's hardly on. You fuck off. Yeah. So, I don't think it works in Dark Souls, but in Demon Souls, you can parry them once they go into that flailing attack. I like it. I like it a lot. It's interesting trying to get my head around the little, well, not necessarily subtle, but the differences between this and the game I've played more of. I mean, some things are a definite improvement. The camera stuff is... Well, the camera's not exactly revolutionary in Dark Souls, but at least it actually works. Whereas it tends to play by its own rules, we say here. I'm watching too many movies from the 80s or some such. You coming out to play? You might have to come in there and kick your ass. Before you come on your own, really. I mean, it's a lot easier to parry if I don't have to worry about the other guy interrupting my attempt to parry with an attack. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh, come on. I clearly got that one. I don't know how I feel about... Oh, it's nice in a way, but I'm sure... I don't know how I feel about the idea that I can literally just spam parry and, you know, eventually kill whatever I'm trying to kill. That didn't make any sense, really, did it? Well, it did, but it was a rather simplistic concept, dragged out over far, far too long. Surprise, motherfucker! It gives you more of a chance to actually pull off a parry, but... I don't know. I prefer just a tighter timing kind of deal. Speaking of, let's get rid of that guy. And that guy as well. Hardly fair, I know. Right at the beginning of the game, I've already got a spell that can one-hit shot them. Or one-shot kill them, even. I mixed up like 6 or 7 different phrases there, didn't I? That's what happens when you try to comment while playing a Souls game. Nor do you suddenly lose the ability to parry entirely, as I appear to have done. Or at least to parry properly. But what you do say will come out as a bunch of gibberish. There we go, much better. Though I don't know, considering I'm going to be doing a lot of parrying, I don't know if I can keep pausing every 5 seconds while, like, you know, finish an attack successfully. No, well. I'm sure I'll find a way around it eventually. Right, motherfucker. Oh, come on, I clearly got you. At least the parries I did try kind of just partial, so I blocked. That's something, right? Rather than counting as late parry, so I take a hit. And still don't succeed. Wait. People... Ah, you up there, lad. Hold this for me, would you? Ah! Yeah. You just don't have the talent for magic that I apparently do have. Oh, come on. You didn't even see me, mate. See, I can do it too. I can flail spastically at nothing in particular. The difference is, I have a sword that actually does damage. I mean, don't get me wrong, yours is okay. It's certainly not going to do my character any good, but on the other hand, it's not going to kill her either. Unless I'm particularly careless. Which hopefully I won't be. Speaking of careless, I wonder if any of you are actually going to drop any of your shit yet. I mean, my practice character's already got a crossbow by this point. So really, I kind of like one of you guys to actually drop it now, if you don't mind. Speaking of now, there's one by the doorway and one over there, so... I wonder. Nope. Try again. Oh, come on! That game went straight through him! That can't count. Or is there a range on my spells? I don't think there is. Their effective distance is supposed to last as long as their draw animation. Or as long as they... I'm probably using the wrong terms again, god damn it. See, I'm not used to doing this anymore, concentrating really closely and also trying to commentate at the same time. I don't know how some of the other guys who play the Souls game actually do it. I mean, stuff like, I suppose EMB is the most obvious example. But again, he's been playing these games so often and so long that I do think he could actually do this in his sleep if he really wanted to. Here, hold this for me, mon cher. Yeah, see, missy know what you like. Stab, 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 stab. Brutal but efficient. I like it. I like it a lot. Considering they seem to be dropping healing items every time I kill them, that's pretty good as well. I imagine that's going to stop once I get to the later areas of the game. I kind of hope so, in a weird kind of a way. Yeah, you got schwinktered. That's what happens when you jump past me in such an obvious crappy attack. Speaking of which, why can't I destroy stuff when I roll into it in this game? I'm sure I've seen people do that, or is that something you can only do if you're wearing heavy armor? That makes sense. I don't know. After the more lax rules of Dark Souls, I'm not entirely certain how to handle that. Surprise, motherfucker! And double surprise! Actually, good. I know the the dredgeling guys, they're obviously soul drained or whatnot, but are the soldiers as well? They seem at least partially sane. You know, they cooperate. I'm not sure if I've ever seen any of them actually talk to each other, but yeah, they seem a lot more with it than the rest. So are they perhaps people who've, claimed souls themselves? Surprise! Wow, your detection distance is like nothing, isn't it, mate? How embarrassing for you. I'll stab you in the dick. Da 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 da. Missy, inventor of endoscopy. Surprise! Yeah, just like your torch-wielding hollow brethren. I know exactly what your attack timing is. I can take you out with impunity. I know, it seems to be my new favourite word of the day lately, doesn't it? It's just fun to say in a strange kind of a manner. Hello? Aha! You tipped your hand there, sir, by attacking the stairs. Yes, yes. Attack, and attack, and attack. What hit me? Oh, you, right, okay. Yeah, you can hear him going, oh! Apparently he thinks he's in a Street Fighter game. Hadouken! That didn't work. Fine. Hold this for me, would you? There's the lad. Who needs Simulator Surgeon 2013 when you've got this? Surprise! God, I love using rapiers, I really do. Yeah, considering how much I love it, it's surprising that I've never actually taken fencing lessons, ever. I've done a variety of martial arts across the course of my life, I've never done fencing. Always wanted to, but never actually did. Yeah. Like I say, I've played through this entire first level, including the final boss, on my practice file, so if you're wondering why I'm not really looking at anything I'm picking up, despite technically being a newbie, that'd be why. Nah, not this time, motherfucker. Yeah, that boulder smashed me off the ledge the first time I played this. Yeah, it kind of annoyed me actually, because I should have expected it. They did the exact same thing at the beginning of Dark Souls in the Undead Asylum. Although admittedly, in the Undead Asylum it's much better lit. And it's not so far away, so you can actually see what you're looking at. Well, I think the boulder actually moves slightly faster in Dark Souls. Over a shorter distance, too. But it is easier to dodge because there's no handrail to stop you just jumping off the edge of the stairway. Same concept, just differently applied. Which seems to be the general rule of thumb with all of the Souls series. from the little bit I've been able to discern so far. A lot of very similar concepts, just tweaked to work slightly more efficiently here and there. Yeah. Only downside, for some reason, I cannot parry the polearm guys for the life of me. I'm assuming it's possible. You know, again, if I'm wrong, feel free to leave a little mark in the comments, as it were, letting me know just how badly wrong I am. Speaking of being badly wrong, yeah, that. Don't know if you actually see it from here, but that is this game's equivalent of the Black Knights. However, unlike the Black Knights, that is a polearm user. He has an attack that can one-hot kill me. Well, this level anyway. I do plan to come back once I've leveled up and whatnot, and hopefully really severely beat his ass into the ground, but for now at least I'm kind of stuck with doing it like this. Now these guys, these are like the Silver Knights, I can take them out with relative ease. Surprise! Oh, monsieur! You just did not see it coming! I guess you're wondering about the accent, it's obviously. I've been watching the old 90s X-Men cartoon. So I'm slowly turning into Gambit as I do this. You better actually throw explosive projectiles. I mean, I've got my soul arrow, but it's not quite the same, and... You dumbass! The first time they did that, they actually kicked the barrels through, so that didn't happen. I didn't even realise they exploded. As far as I should, they've got the red thing around them, and red barrels in video games means explosions. It's lucky that only the protagonists ever really realise that. Your enemies never seem to, for the most part. There are, of course, exceptions. I suspect this game's probably one of them. Let's not test that theory, eh? Why am I with an opening here? Oh, this will be the oh, fuck off, don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry about that, guys. Basically, the Porsche decided to die violently on me. As is its wont. Only if when I'm recording. I've noticed I can play games for hours on end. Because the way my setup works, I'm always plugged into the Porsche regardless of where I'm actually recording or not. It's just easier that way. Can I do this? Fucking A. With a single firebomb, she kills thousands. That was my brother. I'm gonna kill you. Just adding a bit of narrative to the whole situation. I should be on the writing team for the next Souls game. Be amazing, I promise. Actually, of course, there would have to be 6 or 7 different accents put in there, just for my own amusement, if nothing else. There should be... Yes, the Kling Ring, excellent. So, again, I'm assuming most of you already know about this, but basically it increases the amount of health you have in soul form here. In fact, have I even explained this? Probably haven't, have I? Basically, when you die in this game, rather than going hollow, you essentially become a phantom, a ghost. Although you can still interact with the world around you, and the world around you can still interact with you, so... Not sure about that entirely. But, you only get half your health, basically. It's sort of like being cursed in Dark Souls, in that respect. However, there's an item that you get obviously very, very early on here that allows you to have 3/4 of your health rather than just half. You just take up a ring equip slot, however, so... Make of that what you will. You can probably get around it just by boosting your HP. You know, if you made that the first thing you did, you could probably get around needing the Kling Ring at all and just equip a bunch of other stuff. It would be for all my, you know, semi-proficiency, I don't really know this game well enough to risk doing that yet. I'd say I've only played the first level or so. See, I can't decide. Do you guys think I should just carry on with my practice file ahead of doing this, or do you guys want to see sort of the raw version, as it were, the sort of the blind LP, a la like when I did my Dark Souls? I showed you guys my very first attempt. You can go left, or we can go down there and talk to that chappie. He's one of the game's NPCs. Well, the non-hostile NPCs anyhow. I'm half tempted to kill you because there's a bloke who sells firebombs. And firebombs are very important to me. For a variety of reasons. Not the least of which will be apparent when I eventually get to the end of this level. Right, it's time to be sneaky because he's got a mate just to the left there. Although the detection on demons is a bit weird. You can lock onto people you can't even see, but every now and again the game will refuse to let you lock onto someone who's right in front of you. And also, the enemies do have a sort of a limited ability to react to like the death of their friends, as this guy has. I mean, obviously he hasn't seen me, but he saw the soul arrow fly past and he saw his friend die, so he reacted. They're a bit more self-aware than the Hollows are in Dark Souls. I'm sure you've experimented yourselves. It's quite possible to sit there.
Care to look over my wares? Mostly stolen, but who's telling ye?
I'm no longer doing the worst accent in the game. Huzzah! Oh, fuck off with you. 1 second, guys.
Those
Okay. Sorry about
this
that.
skinny fella, clad in fabulous armor, who's always mumbling about some mission. He's another one who's managed to stay sane like yourself. Probably some pampered son by the looks of his attire. I'd give an arm just for the buttons off his shirt. It is
Yeah.
the end of great bullet
So in
time.
case you hadn't already noticed the chap in the armor downstairs, he tells you about him. I say, the NPCs in Demon Souls do seem to be a lot more helpful at pointing out things you might miss than the chaps in Dark Souls. Again, the ones in Dark Souls are less there to help you with gameplay and they're more there to add little bits and pieces to the lure. Again, mostly from their own perspective, admittedly. But yeah. That costs way too much. That's 500 souls per firebomb? I don't have that kind of currency. You may have noticed already that, let's put it this way, killing, say, a regular Hollow in Dark Souls will give you, what, 24 souls, something like that? Killing a regular Dredgeling in Demon Souls will give you 8. That's assuming you parry it, and thus get extra, bonus souls. I think they give you something like 4 or something ridiculous if you do it normally. Again, I think I really should equip that, because it makes it harder for them to see you. You can run away from enemies more easily. Which against some of the more powerful ones is definitely going to be a boon. In case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to remember if it's actually possible to, kick in this game. I don't think it is. So I know there's a thing you can do. You can kick him off the edge, force him to fight these lot for you. Also, if they kill him, I've been told, you can get an item off him that will also somehow cause a glitch where he comes back to life later in the game.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am
Yeah, no worries.
Voluntaria.
I'm sure you were the Phantom we saw in the tutorial area. Oh, cheers, you gave me a telescope. Nice. Perhaps we'll go star watching together. It'll be amazing. Perhaps that's it. Maybe he's hitting on Missy. Rather than just being cheap. When I say cheap, he is glowing bright gold, and I didn't change my weapon back. Fuck. This is why we're supposed to pay attention when playing the Souls series, as though. Oh yes. What are you doing? He's nowhere near you, mate. Oh, it's an axe wielder! Right. Again, different parry window. Probably should have paid better attention to what weapon he was actually wielding before I tried to do that, really, hey? Go on, get him! Get him good! Blue-eyed knight with his great sword and no shield. And thus no magic defense. Fun times. Fun times had by all. By all, I mean mostly me, of course. What do you guys think of the outro music, by the way? I sort of debated for a while, but I decided I'm going to start including outros again. Not serious outros per se, but, just outros in general.
Please, you must not. I thought we were...
We are allies, what are you talking about? That's why I killed the guy trying to kill you. Well, I've just given this one an unexpected colonoscopy. He's fortunate in many respects that my blade is so flexible, being a rapier. It can curve all the way up there. Ooh, I see explosive things. Ho 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 ho. Oh yes. Fuck. Try again. Apparently that didn't count. I hit the invisible edge of something. And now he's down there, so if I blow up the barrels, he's gonna kill himself. You do realise, mate, that charging headfirst into hordes of enemies when you're an NPC is not gonna end well. Not in the Soul series, anyway. You ain't no Iron Tarkus, son. You do need assistance. Actually, I did that the other day, just for the shits and giggles. Went to Sen's fortress, summoned Tarkus, ran to the other side of the arena and just stood there. Fucking was amazing, man. The guy literally he killed the boss without me even touching it once. I assume he was made that powerful so From could show off the benefits of actually, being social, summoning help and whatnot. So like I said, hey, look how easy a fight could be if you actually let some of your friends in. Or, some random people off the internet. But, it's kind of funny, considering obviously the souls. Yeah, no, go do your shopping or whatever. Pick me up a popsicle, would you? Yeah, considering the soul's reputation for difficulty and everything. Just made me laugh. I don't know if you can hear that, but that beeping by me means it's time for me to cut it here. But first, we're gonna shank a bitch. Surprise! Oh!